Hello, this is Gerald Van. If you would be able to use my methods of analyzing letters, how they are really pinpointing something in space, or how they are directing directions in a certain timing factor, or how they are into an interactive feedback interaction field of estimation, where we have also all letters inside this order. If we can really do this well, we can have actually measurements analyzed also in a way that they are shown via these pinpointing directions and interactions. Let's go for length and width and analyze it in that way. As you see, you have one space shell orientation underneath into one point. You have a timing into 2 points, or you have an interactive field of investigation in 3 points. These are the orientations for the letters, for 9 letters, 10 letters, and 7 letters that are left over that would fit with these positions. Well, let's go with the letter L, which is a letter from the first category, an orientation in space. So we start in space. We start with 2 points in which we are certain about 1 point. The other point is a bit like the question mark. We're not sure where it's going to. Therefore, also, it's already the second position. There is already a kind of estimation involved, an estimation where timing is really timed, so that you're really making a plan. But here it is more like an estimation, so the L is also involved with that lift out vertical in the background. But it's basically 2 points in which you're certain of 1 point, and it is making more material or making more materialization, or you're going to materialize something. In that field, you're orientating yourself in the vertical sense, where you do not know from the beginning all measurements. So there are about a measurement that we want to take out, which starts from an estimation. This will be followed by the letter E, so the letter E or E, depending or depending on where it is, how you pronounce it. Or even E at some points it is pronounced as well in English. Here it is E, and the E is a really direction vertical, and in the background there is this timing. So we know that there's timing involved, or there is measurements involved from one point to another point where we want to have the highlight. So after the estimation we go for that highlight that we're going to we try to find out what is really the highlight from our estimation. Of course, it's a continuation from L to E. It goes over in N. N is that spatial reference frame with the direction up as well, and this is actually because it's the third letter, and the E is from the starting point to the end point. Of course, it will attach itself to the end point, so we're going to measure an end point from space towards what we can use or can understand as a direction, as that second point, that unknown point a bit. So it's actually also in space we're going to try to measure that unknown point at this point. And how are we going to measure that? It's not N, it's N with G. G is that area where you have an access point to bigger measurements, so to the measurements that that are actually like definitions, so wide definitions, long definitions, big definitions of totality of what is possible. It's going into that kind of measurement now in this case. And it is also a certain range, so it's a limited range, so from E to E, from to n to g. So we have already this measurement that we're going to try to measure the unknown factor of where we're going to land as well. But the t says, okay, it measures from how high this is going to be in this measurement, so how high in space. Of course, this starts from space, and we usually use the let's say the cross point to show us the reference point in the middle where the t is. That is always lifted higher up. And the last letter H says, and this is what we're going to use as a frame of reference. And that can be used as a pattern as well. That's what H on the last level is this frame. It also says this frame can be used anywhere. And that's the end result. We're going to use a frame. So the last th is really that. It's that measurement within this two-dimensional space where we will find the what at the beginning it's unknown, but thanks to this measurements we know where it is and how high actually it is as well. So it is quite similar to the height, but it is more measuring to itself to a two-dimensional frame. And it goes to the unknown factor in, and that's in length, of course, that it will test it. It's really measuring into this two-dimensional frame where we land into. So you can use it for height as well, but you can put it down as well. It's all within that frame. Where you put that frame, you can project that frame anywhere where you have these measurements possible. So it's not necessary that we use it for height, but for a person, for where we start from, it is also the length is then also the height at the same time. So it could be confusing. That's where I will also use and make a different video for the word height. But now we have a pattern to use for length, and that's comparable to height, but in perspective it's only the measurements into this two-dimensional frame, and that's length. Now width, what will be the difference? It will start from the W, and the W is in the second category of movements in time. So it is from 1 to 2, and it's almost crossing it. So it's crossing these the limitations from there, and you have it that, and it starts to almost be in that range of that interactive field as well. So this is also about interaction most of the time. The W is crossing its own borders of timing, so that there can be an interaction with other timings, with other rhythms and so on. That's what the W is about. So it has this range, the diagonal, of course, into two parts, two of two, so left and right. The E makes the measurements into 3 parts. It's that insertion of what I'm going to be able to use within this frame of 3. You will, of course, there is now one unknown factor as well, and that's what we're still going to try to find out with this width. The D then, the next one, says now this is about a spatial reference. It starts from space, but it will need direction, it will need timing, it will need an estimation from that starts from space but goes towards a timing, because we do not know yet what it is. So we have to find out. That's what you also can have. There is something that is changing position. That's what D usually is, changing position or nature and so on. And we have to find out. Of course, it tries to find out where the E at the end result will need to be, where the insertion of my idea, where it will fit in this case, in this interactive field of this time only, and this moment only, and this place only. There it will be at this time. So we're going to have a definition in E, that is going to find the application at the right time and space, and with D we're going to find out. This is followed by the T, which is a point that has a certain height. Also, this height is measured from space, and so we're going to measure this followed from D. We're going to find out where it is, what it is, and it's within that frame of H. So there, within that frame of H, there it will be the value. There we will be able to measure the value. There we will be able to orientate ourselves upon that value, and it is within this frame. You can measure indeed the width of something, and it lands also into the realization that this width is dependent on the range of your frame of focus. Of course, here's that frame of focus, and there you can measure the width, and you know how wide it actually is. And this E will have to go a little bit to the right to be sure, like, yes, that's the width that we have at the end. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for watching. Bye.